What's up, guys? This is Nick from 7 Watts. We are going to take apart the new Elite Series 2 controller and see how it comes apart, see what's inside, see if it's the same as the 3rd generation S controller, and what else is going on with that. As I'm taking these paddles off of this dude, it seems like, well, it doesn't seem like, these paddles are definitely lighter than the Series 1 paddles. I don't know if it's a different kind of metal or just a thinner mold or what, but that's interesting. Okay, when we take apart the Series 1 controller, pop off the battery cover, we rip off these side panels, and then we unscrew it at these 5 points. Really simple, really easy to do. This is the very first time I'm ever attempting to do this, so this might turn into a cluster. Every time I grab this controller, I try to pull off the battery pack. Now, based on what I'm seeing, I'm guessing that this faceplate is detachable, kind of like the side panels are on this Series 1 controller. So this might get ugly. Ugh, that's a really tiny gap. I'm gonna go ahead and get a pry tool. Okay, I'm getting a little there. I'm trying really hard to not, damage this bottom part. Okay, it's definitely coming apart there. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh shit, I broke it. Yeah, okay, so that happened. Don't worry, we'll figure out a way to do it without breaking it. Ugh. Okay. Ooh, it almost feels like it's partly glued. This is the first time I'm ever seeing this done. Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely glue. Okay, so we've got like an adhesive strip right here and right here, which is making it hard to do there. All right, so that's the inside of the controller. There's your 3 LEDs for the modes. I'm trying to think if those are T8s or what. And yeah, it looks like the whole top here is like a rubber over molding. And then this bit that I broke here is also rubber molding on top of this plastic piece. Right off the bat, this frame looks pretty similar. So let's go ahead and take the screwdriver kit. If you can find these on Amazon, start taking this dude apart. Yep, those are T8s. Okay, so there's the bumpers. I know a lot of people are really interested in the bumpers because the Series 1 had some problems with that. So here we have the 3 different controllers lined up side by side. We've got the Gen 3S controller, we've got the Series 2 Elite controller, and the Series 1 Elite controller. Now looking at the bumper design here, here's those buttons. This bumper presses that button. Now on this one, it looks similar, but it's not the same. There's some additional pieces on the molding there, right there and right there, that the S controller doesn't have. Also, this tactile button here seems a little different, and there's this little buffer piece, which I'm guessing is going to act as some type of dry lubricant on that button press. So it looks like they're really paying attention to the details right there. We'll see what the longevity looks like. And then on the Series 1 controller, That's the button press that you get from these guys, and this is the part that often breaks for people. You get a snap here, and then this dude rips off kind of this way, and that's the problem on the second gen controllers that people have. So we have what appears to be all the screws removed. Let's go ahead and pull the, oh, we might not be able to remove these thumbsticks. These thumbsticks come off like that. Just they come straight up. But these are the adjustable ones. So these covers might not actually come off. So they might come off. I don't know. So just to risk not breaking that part of it, we're going to continue the disassembly. Do you think we should pull? Oh, check it. There we go. I guess I'm just going to come right up. There we go. Okay, so that's interesting. So there's no ribbon cable in between. So this is your paddle mechanism here. And then these points, looks like that's attaching. Okay, so we've got the battery here. So that's your battery. And then these are making contact. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful board. I don't know who the polar bear is on there. But look at that. They even have traces for the wire. So this is definitely a 4th generation controller. This is nothing that we've ever seen before. Oh, look at that. They've even got a pad for the magnet on the trigger on the circuit board. So it's not going to be touching the ground plane or anything. Wow. Wow. Okay, this is gorgeous. So that's what we're dealing with. The quality of this circuit board is much nicer. This actually looks like what the PlayStation 4 circuit board looks like. Just component-wise and quality-wise. This is definitely a step up. So we've got our connector here that's going to connect. These are like RF wires essentially. This is probably something for the Bluetooth, kind of similar to what we have on the other controller. And we've got trigger rumble motors and major rumble motors. We've got these pins that are acting as guides. So let's bust out our T6 and go a little further. So these are sitting here probably to stop any conductance across. That's going to touch those. These are touching these. These are touching these. So that's how that connection is made, which is much more reliable than probably that ribbon cable. It also means that the case tolerances are nice and tight. Okay, I just stuck the paddles in here, and you can see that's where the paddle goes in and attaches to on that magnet. It's really similar on the Series 1 controller, except on the Series 1 controller, that whole mechanism is hidden behind this rubber piece, but it's essentially the same magnet in there. But they've got these rubber pieces to stop electrical conductance from this board to the other board, whereas in this one it looks like it has the insulation pieces on the main circuit board itself. So that's interesting. I think probably a better design. So let's continue to take this dude apart. To get these off, in order to stop the bumpers from coming forward and breaking like the other ones, they've got a latching mechanism here. So you just gotta pull out and let it come out. And that's how that comes apart. I will point out, these triggers are beefy as hell. It's hard to describe it, but like these rumble motors are more refined than the last ones. There's a lot more heavy plastic in here, super beefy. they've got these posts that guide the circuit boards. Just tighter tolerances, better produced. I am trying to figure out what this thing is. I don't know if that's a bear or a mongoose or what, but it's not just from the circuit board manufacturer because it's also in the injection mold here and here. So comment in the comments, let me know what you guys think that is. Maybe we could solve that mystery. But yeah, so this board's taken off now. This is what they're supposed to look like. Oh, and also these thumbsticks seem to be really high quality components too. So this circuit board slides off this pin here. Oh look, the pin fell out. Oh, this is cool. So these buttons here for the guide button, your X button, and then that's the selector for the custom modes. They're like metal. You know, typically you'd use like a tack switch like those. These are like metal tack switches, so that's impressive. It looks like they did some stuff here to stop the magnets from, you know, inducing an electric field on the ground plane, which I don't know why they didn't do that on the first generation. They did that on this board as well. The whole thing is basically a hard plastic and rubber coating. I really don't think you're going to deal with the rubber coming off like you did on these, because it's molded into the whole thing. It's really heavy duty. I feel like you could almost dunk this underwater with how rubber it is and everything. Don't do that. But all right, now as you guys know, one of the major problems with this Series 1 controller is the rubber would get ripped off. Not quite sure how, not quite sure why. Probably something to do with pressure and heat. I don't know, abuse. So we're going to torture test and abuse these two, Series 1 and Series 2, side by side with a heat gun here, and test out the rubber molding and see how well that holds. Well, I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause it like, it looks like 200 degrees here. Yeah, we overdid it there and started to melt the plastic. Looks like we got to the point at which the plastic was starting to melt. That was starting to melt too. So that might not be the best way to replicate the rubber molding failure, because both the rubber moldings look like they stayed fairly well attached. So that's the best I can do there without just turning this into a pile of melted plastic. I guess time will tell how these really hold up to use, wear, tear, and abuse. We're gonna have this guy modded with a rapid fire mod here sometime in the coming weeks. We'll get several hundred of them out to you guys to Amazon. For right now, just wanted to update you. Follow us on Instagram so you can see what we're up to, getting these dudes out, or Facebook. Our Facebook page is where we post a lot of our deals and stuff, groups and whatnot. And yeah, let us know what you think this dude is, and stay in touch. Thanks. So these are catching on. So it looks like it only has 3 stages. That has to come off. I thought getting the face off would be the hardest part. I can hit it with the heat gun. We broke this thumbstick trying to get it off so that you don't have to.